those memories of you still haunt me. Every night when I lay down, I'll always love you, little darling.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Exchange in beautiful downtown Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania on this beautiful fall night. I am thrilled to see you all here. It is really, this room is never as happy as when it is full of people, and tonight it is full of people, so welcome. Any organization relies on its staff, and I think, can we get a big hand for BJ, please? So tonight's music comes to us from across the Atlantic. Brooks Williams grew up in the United States. I met him in Boston 35 years ago. And a few years ago, we reconnected, and I said, I've got this little venue in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. I can pay you this much and get you a motel room. He was like, sure. And I believe this is it's at least the fourth night Brooks has played here. He's played up in Berwick for us. I don't take this for granted. The fact that musicians enjoy this room, it's a credit to all of you who come here. It is a true listening room. You make a really wonderful experience for a musician because you're paying attention and you're laughing at the jokes and you're enjoying the music. It's as important to have an audience for live music as it is to have a musician. Fortunately, tonight we have one of the very best musicians here, Brooks Williams.
Thank you very much. That was $20 well spent. Lovely to see you. Oh, I love coming back to Bloomsburg. It's always home from home, as I say. Well, I fell in love. I thought you felt the same. As you turned away, I knew my love's in vain. I'm a walking you off of my mind. I found a road long enough to walk you off of my mind. As far as I can see, the clouds are so low. Tomorrow we'll be walking through the rain and snow. I'm a walking you off of my mind. I found a road long enough to walk you off of my mind. Pittsburgh to Bloomsburg is a mighty long way. If I left right now, I'd still be walking later today. I'm a walking you off of my mind. I found a road long enough to walk you off of my mind. Yeah, yeah. This globe until your memory's gone. I'm a walking you off of my mind. I found a road long enough to walk with you. I found a road long enough to walk with you. Found a road long enough to walk you off of my mind. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's my 50 state song. I just change the state every night. Well, it's lovely to be back here. Thank you so much, Oren, for having me back. Yeah, I'll just keep playing and we'll find things to chat about, I'm sure. Teach me how to do that thing you do. No matter how you're feeling or what's going on, the radio's playing song after song. From the other room I hear you singing along. Teach me how to do that thing you do. Teach me how to move the way that you move. Teach me how to leave it all behind for a while, dancing and a singing along. Well, you know the words to every song. Teach me how to do that thing you do. Teach me how to do that thing you do. I'm staring at my coffee, but I'm not shaking this mood. So I get to my feet and I walk to you. I say, baby, teach me that thing you do. Teach me how to do that thing you do. That thing you do. That thing you do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, a couple of years ago, my wife Jo and I did something we've never done in all the years we've been together. We went on vacation. You know, with both of us self-employed, you know, I don't know about you. If you're self-employed, your boss can be quite difficult. And ours are particularly difficult. So we just decided we're going to join the human race and go on vacation. My thought was, see, we live in Cambridge, which is, well, it's there. London is there. And there's a lovely seaside city called Brighton. It's where Paul McCartney has a house, and all you know, this is where the rich and famous hang out. It's the English Riviera, which means it rains only 364 days a year. So, but it's really love. That was my thinking. That was vacation. Oh no. Her indoors said, I want to go to Los Angeles, to Hollywood. I'm like, oh God, okay. Off we went. And it was fantastic. We loved it. We rented a little hunting shack up in a place called Laurel Canyon, which is just a couple miles off Sunset Strip, way up in the hills. We were nowhere near Los Angeles. We were up in this beautiful place. And as many of you know who know your music, from the mid-1960s to kind of the mid-1970s, it was a musical hotbed. Joni Mitchell, Graham Nash, Stephen Stills, Neil Young, David Crosby, Mama Cass, Frank Zappa, The Doors, on and on. The list goes on and on. So it felt like a pilgrimage. We were up there. We loved it. We had such a great time. And first thing that my wife, Jo, wanted to do, I said, where would you like to go? She says, I want to go to Joni Mitchell's house. Now, I should tell you, Joni Mitchell hasn't lived there in 55 years. So I did sort of warn her of that Joni Mitchell would not be there. But she wanted to go, so off we went. And the front gate was open, which that's not usual in those places. They're gated and closed off, and you just can't see it. So she was so excited, because this is the house. Our house is a very, very, very fine house. It's that house. And it's got, on all the early Joni albums where she's hanging out windows, this is the place. So anyway, before I could stop her, she's through the gate. So anyway, later when I was talking to the owner, we were waiting for the police to come. And it was fascinating, because he's like, you know, he's not there because Joni Mitchell owned the house. He's there because it's a house. It's an investment. It's where his family lives. I said, how often does this happen? He says, on a good day, once a day. I thought, whoa. So anyway, but it did strike me, you know, that those of us who are fans, we're frozen in time, but it's moved on for other people. So anyway, it led me to write this song. The house sits on Lookout Mountain, so this is Lookout Mountain. In those heady days of chaparral and sage, you rose on morning's wing. Flowers and guitars, carousels of time, and star-struck drifters waiting at your door. You painted six-string poems with picture-perfect words from your house in the trees. You left your windows open to the world and star-struck drifters waiting at your door. Up on Lookout Mountain at the bend in the road, we come for a hit of your sapphire dream. Up on Lookout Mountain at the bend in the road, even though you're long gone, you are long gone. lost are echoes of your old songs and children of your wanderlust, faithfully blind to the passage of time, restless and helplessly waiting at your door. Up on Lookout Mountain at the bend in the road, we come for a hit of your sapphire dream. Up on Lookout Mountain at the bend in the road, even though we're long, long gone, long gone. Long gone, long gone. Well, let me do this one. Ah, that's the one. Here's my new everything. I'm telling everyone how everything has changed. I'm doing fine. These are my diamond days, what I've been working for. I'm finally cashing in. I'm doing fine. You're there with your friends, and I'm here with mine. You're with someone new, but that doesn't cross my every night. My phone rings all the time. This is my finest hour. I'm doing fine. You're there with your friends. I'm here with mine. You found someone new, but I don't mind. Here's my new everything. I'm telling everyone how everything has changed for me. I'm doing fine. 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 Thank you very much. Well, I'd like to do a song now that was written by the great Molly Tuttle, who's a fantastic bluegrass guitarist, but she's a singer, songwriter, so much more than that. And this is a cool song that I love playing. It's in a series of songs that I love playing about farms and farmers. I just think in another life I probably, was raised on a farm family, maybe. Can you see me now? But this song is about a farmer who he isn't quite making ends meet with a single crop, his cash crop. It's not enough, and there's a myriad of reasons why it's not enough, and you all know those myriad of reasons as well as anyone. So this farmer, whose name is Dooley, decides to diversify his agricultural portfolio, that perhaps that might yield the income that he and his family need to live on. So we'll see how it goes. Old Dooley was raised Carolina, got his schooling out in Vietnam. He tucks his hair up under a pioneer seed cap when he brings the cash crop in. Now everybody thinks he's a serious farmer, upstanding in the eyes of the law. He'll smile at you from his IH tractor. He's got a secret down every row. In the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Whispering Pines, they used to grow tobacco than they made moonshine. But there's something better in the back of the barn, down on Dooley's farm, down on Dooley's farm. Well, old Dooley's got himself a roadside farm stand, sweet corn, tomatoes, and turnip greens. But if you ask him for a jug of sorghum, he'll know exactly what you mean. He'll meet you down in the woods at midnight. Bring a torch, 'cause it's hard to find. He's got a strain that will punch your lights out. Old Dooley's gonna blow your mind. In the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Whispering Pines, they used to grow tobacco and they made moonshine. But there's something better in the back of the barn, down on Dooley's farm. Well, you can hide by day, but the night will find you. They caught Dooley in the moonlight. They sent him down to the State Farm prison to serve time. Now everybody thinks I'm a simpleton farmer, upstanding in the eyes of the law. But growing green, it runs in the family, 'cause old Dooley was my grandpa. In the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Whispering Pines, they used to grow tobacco, then they made moonshine. But there's something better in the back of the barn, down on Dooley's farm, down on Dooley's farm, down on Dooley's farm. Oh, thank you very much. I have to say, one of the most, it's a song that I play quite a bit, and one of the most interesting nights I had playing that was, I was playing with my friend Aaron Catlow, who's a wonderful fiddle player, and we were on tour in the wilds of Wales. And one of the concerts was sponsored by what's called the National Trust, which is like all the kind of historic buildings, you know, all the sort of Downton Abbey kind of buildings. And so that was cool. It was in this beautiful ancient chapel, stone chapel in the middle of the fields of Wales. It was an absolutely gorgeous place. And the farmer next door, he and his wife, their sort of volunteering job, you got to bless them for this, man. They're fantastic. They looked after all the artists that would come and play in this little chapel. So lovely food, and they'd look after you. But after the gig, the farmer's wife came into the green room and she said, can I ask you about that farmer? And we just sort of were joking after the gig as we were driving away. We sort of said, well, if we come back next year and play, she'll be driving like a Ferrari and she'll have shades on, you know, pink Ferrari. It'd be great, fantastic. So I'm originally from a little town down in Georgia called Statesboro. And even though I left when I was very young, it still is kind of in my psyche. But it certainly is in my family's psyche, and my parents and my aunt, both my aunts and my uncle, you know, and all of my brothers and their children, you know, they're all still there. I'm the only one that slipped the net, and but it's in my psyche. And when I first moved over to England. I don't know if you've ever done that, but when you have to go live in another country, or you want to live in another country, there's these things you have to do to make it legal. So I did all those things, and at one point, the government has to keep your passport, so you can't leave the country. And at that point, my mum took kind of a sinister turn. She wasn't doing really well, and but I couldn't leave to go see her. And even though we got politicians involved to help and everything, still I had to sort of spin my wheels for a while. So I knew I was going to get my passport soon. Everything was going to be fine. There was no problem about that. It was just the, you know, the red tape, just getting the bureaucracy to move a little bit quicker. So in the meantime, I wrote this song for my mother, and because she loves the old sort of jazzy songs. And so I wrote this song for her, and I promised myself that as soon as I get my passport, I'm going to go back, going to come home, and I'm going to see her. I'm going to play this for her. So I played it for her, and I said, so did you like it? She says, yeah, I like it a lot. It's better than all the other stuff that you write. Fair enough. She's a peach, the land of plenty, the empire of the South, sweet gum and Cherokee rose, the Golden Isles to Brasstown bald, the Piedmont's crowning jewel. There's music in her name, Georgia, Georgia, though I'm miles away, I think of you today, Georgia, Georgia, you're where I wanna be. Lazy rivers, sweet perfume, Spanish moss and pines, hear how the catbird sings. Shadows lengthen all the way down a red clay road, carry me swiftly Georgia, Georgia, though I'm miles away, I think of you today. Georgia, Georgia, you're where I want to be. Georgia, Georgia, though I'm miles away, I think of you today. Georgia, Georgia, you're where I want to be. Thank you very much. Well, way back in another lifetime, I was, back in the days when this kind of thing happened, I was signed to record companies and had management, and, it was kind of a thing. It was a proper, like, old school kind of career. And, but I've always played this kind of music, which is not, like, massively popular. So I was always sort of bubbling under down here, and I've thankfully been able to make a living doing that for almost 38 years now. But at one point, it was really strange. In the 1990s, FM radio, get this, classic rock FM radio played music like mine. And it was really weird, because those of us who were working the acoustic music scene, we suddenly were getting played on these big stations all over the country. Weird. It did my head in. And I have to say, it was the most exciting 15 minutes of my life. And like some of my friends were like on like Jay Leno, like they were on television, it changed their lives. Others went on tours with famous people, and that changed their lives. And my world was that for some reason, all the classic rock stations from Vancouver, British Columbia to Los Angeles played my music. It was really weird. And really weird what they chose to play. But it was fun as well, because of that, I got to go out, fly out to Vancouver, rent a car, and spent 6 weeks just driving down to LA, playing every little tiny venue between Vancouver and Los Angeles. And I'm still friends with many of the people that I stayed with on that journey. And, of course, none of us have changed at all in all the years since then. We look exactly the same. We're as cool as ever, but it's just, it was a really kind of a cool moment. I'm so glad it happened. But what I'd like to do is play you the song that they played. Weirdly, they played this song. I have no idea why they played it. And this was back in the days when radio was the disc jockey spinning the tunes, like it wasn't pre-recorded or anything, so it was proper. So I would go in there and I'd chat with the DJs, and it's just one thing I'm really embarrassed about, and I'd like to tell you all about it because I don't know how it reflects upon me. But I started the tour looking pretty much like myself. And over the course of 6 weeks, somehow my hair got dyed red. I had a long single braid down the back. There was an extra piercing, and I lost my shoes. So I don't know if that's a win-win or a loss-loss. I have no idea. I'm a sailor, miles from the sea, phantom waves beneath my feet, turning tides, changing times. I curse the fates that brought me here. I've a boat in my garden. It lay upside down. Sometimes when I stand real close, I hear the gulls cry, I smell the sea salt, I feel the waves going up and down. My face is weathered by the years. I have worked on the seas, and the storms we faced nearly took our lives. I don't know how we made it back alive. I've a boat in my garden. It lay upside down. Sometimes when I stand real close, I hear the gulls cry, I smell the sea salt, I feel the waves going up and down. Waiting for the stars to shine, heaven's lights to shine my way. My old man once told me that's a sailor's star. Keep your eyes on it and you will stay on course. I've a boat in my garden. It lay upside down. Sometimes when I stand real close, I hear the gulls cry, I smell the sea salt, I feel the waves going up. I hear the gulls cry, I smell the sea salt, I feel the waves going up. I think it's time for a song about a natural disaster. It's a folk gig after all. So last year, last autumn, I was on tour with a Dutch guitarist and a wonderful sort of bluegrass player. She's amazing, great songwriter, and we were touring around. And at the same time that hurricane came up out of the Gulf of Mexico, and just hung itself right over the Appalachian Mountains of Western North Carolina. And both of us happen to have many friends who live there, and all of our friends play music. And so we were quite worried on the tour, and we're trying to call them on tour, but of course no one had phone service or cell service or anything. So we were in a panic. So what we started doing was at the gigs, the last sort of handful of gigs, is we started raising money. And God, you have to think, the audience, they were so fantastic, because we didn't know where we were going to send it, but they still donated the money, which was great of them, because it took us a little while to sort of connect with the charity to send the money onto. But in that process of looking for a charity to give this money that we collected on our tour, I was introduced to a charity called Restringing Appalachia. And it's a charity that helps people who play music, who lose everything because of a a storm or a flood or a fire or something. And it's quite an amazing charity. And like, here's an example. I don't know if there's any bluegrass people in the room, but there's a banjo player called Bela Fleck who drove out from Nashville to Asheville, North Carolina, in a van with 25 banjos. And he was in the service area just off I-40, and Restring Appalachia sort of connected him with 25 banjo players who needed a banjo. Now, isn't that cool? So anyway, so I went back home after I discovered that, and I'm not one for having lots of guitars. I don't really feel they should be there and unplayed. So I had a couple at home, and I thought, there's a couple players out there who need these. So I sent a couple of guitars down to this to a couple of people, and one of the guys sent me a really nice email back, and he said, "Thank you very much," and he sort of described what it was like. So I stole his words and put them into this song. So this is called Risin'. I'm standing at the window, I'm waiting for the dawn. River's been a-rising all night long. Water from above and water from below. All that water's got no place to go. A sudden flash of light tears apart the sky. The heavens howl and the furies cry. Dark is the night and darker still the day. Dark is the hour the flood wall gives way. Rising, waters are rising again. Those who came before us, they moved the earth and stone, cleared the land and built these homes. A month of rain in a single day. Now a wall of water is coming our way. Again, rising, waters are rising again. Waters are rising again. Rising, waters are rising again. Waters are rising again. Waters are rising again. Thank you very much. Well. People crossing bridges, filling up the house. shouting from the rooftops, ain't gonna stop us now. Can't turn a raging river, hold back a rolling stone. My, everybody's doing it, my, everybody's doing it, my. What you gonna do about it? Patience is not a virtue that we can afford. Hanging on the silence, waiting on a just reward. Can't turn a raging river, hold back a rolling stone. My, everybody's doing it, my, everybody's doing it, my. What you gonna do about it? From the bluegrass of Kentucky to the hills of Tennessee, the ribbon fields of Kansas, now everyone can see. Can't turn a raging river, hold back a rolling stone. My, everybody's doing it, my, everybody's doing it, my. What you gonna do about it? My, everybody's doing it, my, everybody's doing it, my. What you gonna do about it? Oh, I love the old songs. I love the classics, you know, the old country songs, the old blues songs. And here's one that's it's kind of undefined because it shows itself back, you know, as kind of a blues song. It always has, but it also shows itself as kind of an early country song. And I just love that a song could sort of straddle both sides of that very distinct line. And it's got a great verse. For those of you that like gardening, the third verse is just worth its weight in gold. I wish I'd written it. Here in the spring, on a sunny day, my baby left me, she went away. Now she's gone, I don't worry, I'm just sitting on top of the world. Oh, the Mississippi River is deep and wide. The one I love is waiting over yonder on the other side. Now she's gone, I don't worry, I'm just sitting on top of the world. you don't like my peaches, don't shake my tree. Get out of my orchard, let my peaches be. Now she's gone, I don't worry. I'm just sitting on top of the world. Now she's gone, I don't worry. I'm just sitting on top of the world. Thank you very much. There are a few gardening fans in the room. I could tell. Now, I'm sure some of you play and sing, and maybe you've had the opportunity to play and sing in a prison. I know there was a period where I was doing, I sort of did that for a couple of years on a regular basis. But the first time that I sang in a prison, I have to say I had no frame of reference, no expectation other than Johnny Cash. And I have to say, just not being negative or anything, it was nothing like that. There were not hundreds of people screaming my name, shouting, yes, it's great. It was a small room. If we built a wall behind the second row of audience here, this would be the size of the space. There were 10 seats circled in a little semicircle. And it did cross my mind, even in a prison, I can't draw a crowd, right? You know that little voice in the back of your head that says negative things to you? And that's typically what the one in my head always says. But anyway, I was there. I was paid to be there, but I was there, and I thought, well, and these are young guys. They're not into this music. They're not into me. But I thought, I'm just going to give them everything I know. I don't know what that is, but I'll just sing and play and try to engage. So for 45 minutes, I just poured my heart into these 10 fellas that are sitting there. And they, it was over, and then the guards came in and marched them out, right? So I start packing up, thinking that's it. Wow, that was an experience. That's going to take me a couple of years to unpack, But I'm packing up, and the door opens on the side, and the same guard that walked the inmates out comes back, and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going home." He says, "No, you're not. You've got 4 more groups." Oh my God, what a day. I had 5 45-minute shows, so. And every group was different. There was one group that was quite concerned with my fashion sense. And they were saying, did I really think I was gonna meet girls if I wore double denim? Because I had a denim shirt on and jeans, and they just said, and I had a jean jacket, and they said, "Oh, you don't stand a chance, man. You are going to be a lonely old man." That's what they said. You're going to be lonely when you're old. Oh my God. But there was one group, the group right at the very end, were quite talkative. They were quite chatty. And they wanted to know, if I played a song of mine, they wanted to know what it was about, where did it come from, and who's involved. And so anyway, I was playing this song about a guitar player from the city of New Orleans. He's called Frank DeLandre. And he was playing guitar back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And he was a bit of a legend. But the other part of the story that's a legend is Frank DeLandre one day didn't show up to his guitar job and was never heard from again. So there's this whole myth around what happened to Frank DeLandre. And because I'm telling the fellas this, and this one guy raises his hand and he says, "Do you mean they never found Frank DeLandre?" I said, "No, no one knows what happened. And they assume it was death by misadventure or maybe in with the wrong people." He said, "Huh, well, if it were me, I'd look for who else went missing at the same time. There's your guilty party. And you know, the hair stood up on the back of my neck because there was some knowledge in that. So, anyway, but this is a song about Frank Delandry. The voices on the levee are quiet now. The only sound is the river, and the boats heading close to New Orleans, with their lights fading in the distance like the night. Frank Delandry died. Frank played guitar down at the hotel 5 nights a week and all weekend long. And the notes that he played washed like the waves on a rough and tumble jetty down the line, like the night. Frank Delandry died on the night that Frank Delandry died. There was no one who could describe what had happened, what went wrong. Where's Frank Delandry gone? The working women down at the hotel used to sit on the stairs and listen. The songs that he played carried them away on waves of a memory of lost love, like the night. Frank Delandry died. People gathered round the open window just to hear that guitar man play. They came from up and down the river, some as far as 15 miles away, like the night. Frank Delandry died. That Frank Delandry died, there was no one who could describe what had happened, what went wrong. Where did Frank Delandry go? The voices on the levee are quiet now. So I suppose you've guessed by now that I'm just going to do one set straight through. We aren't going to have a break and costume change or any of that. Didn't go very well last night, so we're not going to do it again. So I just did sort of back-to-back tours. I did back-to-back tours with, back-to-back-to-back tours. Yeah, I did 3 in a row with 3 different artists, and we were doing 3 different sets of music. But the theme of the last tour, I was touring with that Dutch bluegrass guitarist once again, and she was doing all these new songs every night, and it was really exciting to hear these hot off the press songs. So I decided one night, sort of halfway through the tour, right, I'm going to pluck up my courage and I'm going to do a new song. My knees were just knocking. I mean, I've done this long enough. Why are they still knocking? You know, what am I nervous about? But they knocked. My bruises on my knees the next day. So then the next night when we did a gig, I said, all right, I'm going to do it again. And they still knocked, but a little bit less. And then the night after that, they knocked even less. And then the next night, they didn't knock at all. And I forgot the words. So maybe a little fear is a good thing. I don't know. So here's that new song that I played, and happy to say no knocking knees tonight, but I fear for the lyrics. Broken wings I would rise and fall, sing till I've no voice left at all. Anything to see again the way you used to look at me. From the plaza to the barrio, there's no distance I won't go. Anything to see again the way you used to look at me. If I could, I would go back now to how it used to be. I'd give anything to have you look at me that way again. I would run the outside track, turn around and double back. Anything to see again the way you used to look at me. If I could, I would go back now to how it used to be. I'd give anything to have you look at me that way again. On broken wings I'd rise and fall, sing till I've no voice left at all. Anything to see again the way you used to look at me. Anything to see again the way you used to look at me. Thank you very much. Best night yet. No knees, no lyrics missing. That's good. Good luck here in Bloomsburg. It's good luck. So here's an old train song from the 1930s. It's a really cool old song written by a old Piedmont blues player called Pink Anderson. Now this is important. This is probably the most important moment of the whole concert, because at some point a radio station or you'll be out somewhere, something really big will be happening, and someone's going to ask you a trivia question, and you're going to win $1,000 if you know the answer. And this is going to be the answer. They're going to ask you, where did Pink Floyd get the pink of their name? And all you got to say is, Pink Anderson, and the $1,000 is yours. You can thank me later. You can send me a text or something and say, you were right, you were right. But it seems weird because this song does not sound anything like Pink Floyd. I will say that. I love Dark Side of the Moon and wore that recording out on vinyl. That's those of you who read anything about the dinosaurs listened to vinyl, and I was a dinosaur. So anyway, back in the days, back in high school. So anyway, but this is Pink Anderson. This is called the CC&O Blues. I'm gonna ride to CC, gonna ride the blind. I'm gonna ride to CC, gonna ride that blind. I'm gonna ride to CC, gonna ride that blind. I'm gonna ride that train they call the CC line. Oh, the CC&O is the best train I ride. Oh, the CC&O is the best train I ride. Oh, the CC&O is the best train I ride. That's the train that's gonna ease my troubled mind. Does anybody know where the engineer has gone? Oh, does anybody know where the engineer has gone? Oh, does anybody know where that engineer has gone? I feel like riding CC all night long. Oh, the CC&O is the best train I ride. The CC&O is the best train I ride. The CC&O is the best train I ride. Oh, that's the train that's gonna ease my troubled mind. That's the train that's gonna ease my troubled mind. All right, we're on a roll now. Here we go. I'm loosening up for the backflips. What is that? What pass those forward? Oh no, I know what this is, but I don't remember the song. Oh my gosh. my associates will be sending a letter of apology in the mail to you. Oh, that's so clever. Should I keep this and like learn the bloody song and sing it for you one of these times? Oh my God. The Joker's wild. I know what you want to hear. Oh my God. Here, return this. All right. I wish I could. I can play the riff. I can play the opening riff. Yeah, no, it's so far gone. I'd have to buy my own recording to learn it, which I have done, by the way. Do you know? Because I've been with a few record companies over the years, like back in the days. I haven't been with a record company in years, but back in the day. So, once you're kind of off the label, unless you sell a lot of records, they're not really interested in your work anymore. So they just they offload it. You find it, and used to be in the old days. Do you remember a shop called Woolworths? So you could buy it for like $1 in Woolworths. So I was big in Woolworths. So, but weird. So what I started doing, because no CDs existed of this music that I created, I would go around when I was on touring North America. I'd go to all the record shops, especially the used shops, and just buy up anything I could find of mine. And then I would sell it. I'd have those recordings to sell at gigs. But can you imagine the look on people's faces? I walk up with 10 Brooks Williams CDs, all the same title. And, some of them were just so, these were young hipsters, and I was not a young hipster with my CDs. And, they'd be sitting there going, boy, you really like Brooks Williams. Jeez. Then I'd put the credit card down, and they'd go, Brooks Williams, wait a minute. I said, yeah, man, it's come to this. I'm buying my own recordings.
The Dollar General down the street was a Woolworths.
Yeah, cool. I like the Woolworths. Those were I have fond memories. Yeah. I don't know about Dollar General. I have no experience. I have no history with Dollar General. So I shouldn't go there in the morning, should I? You wouldn't really think it'd be worthwhile. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll think on that, and I really will think on Joker. I remember we had this discussion last year, but I need reminders. I do apologize. Oh my God. But here's one in the same key, with the same feel, just different words. So, see if this one will act as a substitute. The time has come, the hour is late, no turning back, the hand of fate. The world's gone mad, it's come unglued. The midnight deal is made, here comes the blues. Here comes the blues, here comes the blues, here comes the blues, here comes the blues. No place to run, no place to hide, no way to cross, there's a great divide. Out in the street, what's the news? Everybody's saying, here comes the blues. Here comes the blues. Here comes the blues. Here comes the blues. comes the blues. Here 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 comes the blues. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow, very good. Thank you very much. Well, it's been an absolutely fantastic night. Thank you so much for coming to the concert. It's been brilliant. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to BJ for doing the sound and making this sound like a rock and roll thing. Thank you, BJ. And Oren, thank you so much for the invite to come back. Loved it. Loved it. So it's been a great pleasure, and I just want to say, tonight in Bloomsburg, much like last time I was here, the Brooks Williams CD and T-shirt Emporium is going to be open just for a few minutes after the concert. So that's back in the back of the room, and my staff will be there waiting for you. I, of course, will be going in and putting them on my dressing gown, and they'll take all the makeup off, and Yeah, so I probably won't be out, but they'll be there to help you. So it'll be great, be a great time. So it's been lovely. I sort of feel like I have a couple of songs I was thinking to end with, but I think I want to end with a Dolly Parton song because she's like one of my heroes, like one of my favorite singers. And I learned this song of Dolly Parton singing it, but guess who was singing with her? Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt. Yeah, died and gone to heaven with that one. So, but it's a great old song. It's an old blues song, old country song called "Those Memories of You." Those memories of you still haunt me every night when I lay down. I'll always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. In dreams of you, my body trembles. I wake up and you're not there. It's not your lips now that drive me crazy. It's just your haunting memory. Those memories of you still haunt me every night when I lay down. I'll always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. I close my eyes and you're there with me. Your kiss I feel, your face I see, but you're not there, and I feel so lonesome. It's just your haunting memory. Those memories of you still haunt me every night when I lay down. I'll always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. Until the day they lay me down. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming to the concert. See you next time, I hope. Thank you very much. Off of my mind, I found a road long enough to walk with you. I found a road long enough to walk with you. Found a road long enough to walk you off of my mind. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.